So now I request Shri Madan Gopal ji to give his, to address us as a chief guest.
So respected Swami Vivekananda Saraswati ji, Dr. Mahadevan, because I read many of his books were very inspiring to me also, because in our discharge of duties and whichever sessions I attend, I quote from your books actually. Dr. Devendra Jalihalli ji and Swami Raghuviranand ji and Shri D.R. Patil ji. I used to visit Gadaga as in-charge secretary from 2006 to 2015. So my attachment to Gadaga is more deeper than many of the officers who come and go. Today, I'm privileged to be part of the celebrations of Ramakrishna Vivekananda Ashrama Hubli on National Symposium on Youth Empowerment and designed as Vivekananda's Bharatha. The thought comes to me, whether the legacy, vision, life, and the teachings of Swami Vivekananda, whether it will survive the present day. I feel that it not only survive the present day, but it will survive the centuries. So reason being, not because of it is a particular religion based, but because it's not sectarian, it is not dogmatic, it is a dynamic. Entire teachings and life encompass the essence of the human values relevant to all societies, irrespective of geographic, social, cultural, educational, whatever complexities we have. Its teachings and the life is a source of great inspiration to one and all for ages to come. Today we speak of whether regeneration of India is not a new word today. I just quote from Swamiji when his vision of New India, whatever we call it, a modern India, and as he put it, let New India arise out of peasants' cottage, grasping the plough, out of the huts of the fisherman, the cobbler, the sweeper. Let her spring from the grocer's shop, from beside the oven of the fritter's cellar. Let her emanate from factory, from marts and from markets. So let her emerge from the groves, forests, from the hills and the mountains. What a vibrating, what a reinvigorating words. So his vision is not just for a particular group of society, but his vision is for every human being and for the nation that was under the slumber. When he mentioned about what exactly essence of his dreams, and he refers about vision. And after Mahasamadhi of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he traveled in the length and breadth of the country as a Parivrajaka. When he sat on the last stone on Kanyakumari, now it is a Kanyakumari is a Vivekananda rock memorial, where he sat there, he refers about a vision, where entire past, present, future of our nation, just like a film reel, went in front of him. It's like a Lord Krishna recited Bhagavad Gita, because it's all Bhagavad Gita. If you read that, some of the people may wonder. It's on the battlefield, two armies facing one another, And where is the time for the Krishna to recite whole Bhagavad Gita? Where is the time for the Arjuna to listen? But it's not the time. It is a vision is a fraction of a second. It's a glimpse. Like Arjuna's vision, which came from Lord Krishna, Swami Vivekananda vision is a fraction of a second. But he could see past, present, future of the nation. He saw what type of a depths of degeneration country has gone into, what type of a decay, what type of a poverty and inequalities, and the systemic failures. That is, it's like a glimpse to him. But again, we see that certain things which are not good. If we think that they are not happening where they have to happen, many of them get discouraged. Many of them get frustrated. Many of them have a sense of disappointment. Whereas Swamiji, it was not a sense of disappointment for him. It is a call from the divine. A call from the divine where we could see what need to be done. What type of a country I am visualizing, free from so many evils, so many discrepancies, so many deficiencies. The way he could visualize, his vision is flashed in front of his eyes. That made him is a patriot saint. A patriot saint, a prophet, a visionary, a spiritual leader, whatever the words we have to describe, it is beyond his stature and his life. When Swami Vivekananda, he speaks of another great vision. When he was on the banks of the Sindhu Nadi in Punjab, he visualizes when Alexander passing through the place, he will see a great sage with a golden color skin and the flowing hair, with a brilliance in the eyes and the spiritual splendor. Alexander gets attracted to this sage and thinks that since my country do not have such a spiritual power, spiritual energy, so why not I invite him to come with me? When Alexander invites the sage, and he politely smiles and keeps quiet. And again he invites him, saying that I'll prostrate before you. I'll put all my wealth, all my power before you. Swamiji again, that sage again politely declines. And then the ego of Alexander, the arrogance comes out. And he says that, how dare you monk, you sage, you think you can defy my orders. I'll imprison you. I'll subject to death. How can you refuse my orders? Then he finds this is all the vision Swami Vivekananda quotes in one of the speeches. There I'll quote from wonderful words here, because they say my words will not put to that. Yeah. And he says, and this sage, this sannyasin, would say, roaring laughter, and he say and addresses Alexander, what a falsehood saying by you. You are telling me that you can kill me. You killing me, the emperor of the material world? Never, for I am spirit unborn, undecaying. Never was I born, never do I die. I am infinite, I am the omnipresent, I am the omniscient. You kill me, what a joke, what a word that have no value. So here, the essence of the enlightened soul captured in the vision. So I am trying to relate his vision of India and his vision of a human potential. Swami Vivekananda never thought a human being is limited to materialistic world. It's not just a person who takes birth and dies. And he says that the divine, the omnipotent and omnipresent and omniscient, unlimited wisdom of the spiritual power is in every human being. And he says that if the human being realizes that, the potential within, then there is no match. So free from selfishness, free from a sense of doership, free from the contradictions, free from conflicts, free from complexities. This is a vision. So combination of the nation on one hand and other the role of an individual, which specifically Swamiji refers about in many of his talks refers about the role, centrality of the role of a youth in India. And we talk of a youth empowerment. It's not, it doesn't talk of an education that is only learned within the four walls of a classroom or from a textbooks. And he says that it's not that education does not mean stuffing yourself with knowledge, with information. Whatever the knowledge and information, unless it does not build a human being, build his character, build his simplicity of life and high thinking, all such education is futile. With these words, when the Swamiji describes his vision is par excellence. When I come to the concept, when we talk of a nation and the concept of a religion, there are the two very important aspects, because in Rashtra and Dharma, there is no parallel in any language in the world. If you translate Rashtra into English, call it as a nation, it's not correct. The concept of Rashtra is not mere geographical boundaries. It is a civilizational sense. Rashtra is a beyond boundaries, beyond borders, beyond nationalities, beyond state, beyond any restrictions of a land. So that concept of Rashtra, when Swami Vivekananda speaks of that, that is the concept of the nation. Nation, that's an essence of civilizational values, an essence of truth, an essence of sensitivity, an essence of kindness, an essence of tolerance. This is the vision of a nation. Again, when he talks of the religion, dharma, actually the word which you see there is no, Dr. Mahadevan will elaborate better than me, but whatever my understanding, I would like to bring it to the notice of all. Dharma is not just something, if you see the meaning of dharma, I could try to find an equivalent word in English. I couldn't succeed. It may be law, it may be order, it may be duty, it may be custom, it may be quality, it may be model, it may be virtue, it may be morality, it may be character, it may be, if it goes round and then round and round and round, we cannot capture the meaning of dharma in English, whatever the language. Because particularly dharma is something which is beyond the say limitations of the human thought, that encompasses values of every human society, values of compassion, values of kindness, that holds together, that brings together, that stabilizes the human thought. That is where the meaning of one of the way we could look at the dharma. When Swamiji says nation and religion, it has to be seen in the wider meaning of a nation as a Rashtra, wider meaning of the nation, religion as a dharma. So I was reading some of in my younger days, I was fortunate to meet Swami Ranganathananda when I was a student in Hyderabad. When Ramakrishna, the mission, the whole complex was built, I was a student doing my BCom first year. It is something in 1976, I think so. I was living near that area. I used to go on bicycle to that area. So Swamiji, I saw supervising the compound wall, supervising every room there, every brick by brick. He was checking about the quality. And fortunately, I have also done a 6 months course on a spoken Sanskrit. I took a certificate from Swamiji. His few words, just sitting in his presence, will bring a sense of calmness, sense of order, sense of balance, a sense of fulfillment, sense of contentment. I'm saying that is a personality. So when Swami Vivekananda refers about human essence in his definition of dharma and rashtra, some of these some incidents. One incident I quote: when he was a child, in a school where he was attending a class, teacher puts a question to him, and then Swamiji as a student replies. He knows that it is the correct answer, but the teacher says that no, this is not correct. And then he tries to argue, convince the teacher. Teacher finally, no, you are arguing with me, you leave the classroom. So Swamiji goes home, and mother is there. She was surprised how you came so early home. And in a very disturbed state of mind, as a young child, he tells his mother, this is the classroom, teacher posed this question to me. I replied, I know this is the correct answer. I verified from others also. But Swamiji, but the teacher didn't agree with me. Because he is the teacher, he asked me to leave the class. And then as a student, he was in tears. And then his mother said, whatever be the world say, whatever anyone is say, if you believe as truth, if you know it as a truth, don't deviate from that. Don't deviate from the truth as a firm conviction. And this is the seed of a personality that is sown in him. It's divine perfection, flowering took place because of his mother's, that sanskara, the intervention of his mother at the right time, in the right age, in the right moment, flowered in him as a Swamiji, which we are now, even after so many years, more than 125 years. But again, the life, if you see that from 1893 to 1902, in about a few years, a period of less than a decade, the message of Swamiji spread across the world in the length and breadth of the country. It gave a new hope to the nation. It gave a new direction, new spiritual orientation. So this type of a rare event in the country, in a nation, it happens only because of the divine intervention. It's my firm belief that the divine intervention happens in the various forms. It may happen when you are traveling in a bus. If you don't want to pay the ticket, conductor looks at you and tells you that, sorry, you have to pay the ticket. That I consider as a divine intervention. He is reminding you your duty. When you go to a bank, you want to draw some money. Suppose if you pay, when you are depositing, instead of 5,000, you are depositing 5,200. The cashier says, sir, you have given extra to me, take back. Or if you are traveling in a Uber or some taxi, where you leave something in the taxi, the driver comes back and gives the thing to you. I'm saying they are all the symbols of character which is known in our country. Despite whatever we are seeing, the inequalities, whatever the levels of decay, but again, as Swamiji puts it, in his own words, I would like to quote this, because whatever words I put, it won't, because such a magical words, no one can repeat unless I quote verbatim. And he says that the factor contributing to India's misery and downfall has been that she narrowed herself, went into her shell as a oyster does, and refused to give the life-giving truths to the thirsting nations outside this fold. That has been the one great cause that we did not go out, that we did not compare notes with other nations. These are the words. And he says that not only India can as a source of the inspiration to its people, but also the nations of the world, the spiritual strength, the spiritual beliefs, empathy, compassion, These are the words. So when I'm relating as an individual of the youth and as a society, we have samudaya, then we see take off a rashtra, a dharma, and again in the Vishwa Kutumbam, it's all over. When you see the whole world as a family, and you see that how the India can contribute to the all-round progress of the human thought. So these are the words which Swami Vivekananda continue to inspire one and all. And I'd like to say one quote from a book which some of you must have read. It's a famous psychiatrist, his name, it's a third school of psychiatry, Viktor Frankl. It's a small book he wrote about, it's about 30-40 pages. It's called Man's Search for Meaning, written in 1940s. Viktor Frankl is like Freud and Adler, and the third is Viktor Frankl is considered as the third school of, he's from Vienna. He's a Jew. In the Second World War, at that time, Viktor Frankl as a professor is a world-renowned, his path-breaking theories on human thought. When he was picked up from his house by the Gestapo, the Nazi police of Hitler, he was he was busy shuffling his papers, etc. And the Gestapo guys said, okay, you pick up whatever papers you want, you could come with me. He thinks that he is going to be honored or something, and he says that I have very important papers with me. I'll bring with me my pen and my whatever the watch I have gifted to me by my daughter. He comes out, and he was taken to a concentration camp in Auschwitz. It's a very disturbing place. So when he was passing to the first gate, and the soldier there says that, please leave your papers. And he says that, no, they are very important, my thesis, my new theories, etc. I said, don't worry, we'll take care of everything. We'll give it back to you. And all his papers he gives at the gate. When after a few moments he turns back and see that all his papers are torn and put into a dustbin. Then after some time he goes to the second gate, and he says that he have to remove his watch and whatever he is wearing. And he tells soldier that this watch is gifted to me by my daughter. And he said, don't worry, your watch, whatever you are wearing, we'll take care of that. Then again, he gives it, moves it forward, and see that all such things are put in a barrel. And then he had to made to remove his clothes. He was a clean shaven, given a wash, he given a number. So Viktor Frankl, as a human being, disappears. He's just a number in a concentration camp. But many people, when put in such a extreme, brutalized circumstances, they will lose hope. Whereas Viktor Frankl, as a human being, as a person of great ideas, he keeps his hope alive, and he meets his inmates in the prison, interacts with them. He observes, he secretly remembers all these points and makes a mental note of every incident that happens in that concentration camp. And he see in a place where in a small cell, there are people from the very, very wealthy backgrounds who say that I need to have a king-size bed. I need to have a pin drop silence. I don't want any light. Only then I will get sleep. Such people are put in a cell of 20-25 persons, made to share a bed with 2-3 persons with a full glare of light, noise. They get a good sleep. He observes why this is taking place. Again, in prison, there is something called a prisoners turned guards. So they are more cruel, more brutal than the regular security guards. Because they were given a task that if you reports anything against a particular prisoner, they are being rewarded. Their reward is that they are given a pack of cigarettes. There, the rule of prison is that any prisoner caught smoking will be shot. But still, the prisoner guard who reports against other prisoners, they are given a pack of cigarettes. But for the pack of cigarettes, this prisoner turned guard will reveal what information. But smoking, if he is smoking again caught, the prisoner guard also is shot. But despite that, they try. So like that, all these incidents in a brutalized circumstances, he goes on studying the thing, and they start asking them, why you are smiling, why you have hope, why you are doing that. Then one prisoner says, after I get released from the prison, after this camp, I'll go every day morning, I'll walk to the nearby hill, I look at the horizon, I wait for the sunrise, I'll see the beautiful sunrise, sun gushing out of the clouds. That's what one person says. Another lady prisoner says, every day evening, I'll take all the children around my house, I'll take them to the garden, I'll show them the flowers, I'll play with them. Small things. And then, based on this, Viktor Frankl developed a theory called the meaning of life. It's a logotherapy. It's a type of a treatment which has developed. I'm saying that every person has to discover his own meaning of life. Meaning of life does not mean something large, something big, something long term. It's a meaning of life can be very small. Looking at the sunrise, looking at the little things. Little things will make a larger difference in society, lead to the transformation, than if you're trying to something big. The big, maybe everybody says, I want to do something big. It says, start from little things. So I'm saying that this man's search for meaning is a source of the inspiration for all of us, continue to be relevant for everybody, whatever the circumstances, whatever be the adverse scenario, whatever the brutalized society, still we have to search our own meaning that will give vision for our lives. The spiritual path shown by Swami Vivekananda, not as just a teaching, but his life is a message. With that message, on this occasion, by saluting such a great soul, I feel that Swamiji's words are relevant not only today, for ages to come, for every citizen, not only of our country, but the whole world. The spiritual empathy which he could shown us will give a foundation for all the activities in the human growth. With these words, I thank one and all, particularly Dr. Ravindra met me there, gave me this opportunity to come and share my thoughts. Best of luck. Thank you so much.
So thank you very much for your wise words. In today's program, we have another great personality who is presiding over the function and will be giving a benedictory address now. He is Swami Nirbhayananda Saraswati, the president of Ramakrishna Vivekananda Ashrama, Gadag and Bijapur. He needs no introduction to all of us. So all of us are aware of his oratory skills, inspiring words, well traveled around the world. And to commemorate this 125th Chicago anniversary, Swamiji was a special invitee in the same venue where Swami Vivekananda spoke in Chicago. So he represented our country there, and he shared the thoughts of Swamiji for those audience. And he has been a special invitee for the Vatican by the Pope for the exchange of ideas, and also he was been as a special invitee in various embassies around the world to address and to inspire and to give a word of wisdom for the people over there.